top of the world, about to jump above it. Take it straight to the moon, 'cause we know how to rock it. Ain't no thing you can do, ain't no way to stop it. Now you're feeling it too, let's get it started. Throw your hands in the air while the beat is dropping. Acting like you don't care when everybody's watching. Just keep whipping your hair like that, you got it. Yeah, you're feeling it too, let's get it started. I'm ready, ready. Let's get it, get it. I'm ready, ready. Are you ready, ready? Let's get it started. Off the meter, turn it up, blow the speakers, make them all to believers, break through the surface, tell them open the curtains, give them all what they wanted, yeah, now let's get it started. I'm ready, ready. Let's get it, get it. Yeah, I'm ready, ready. I'm ready. Are you ready, ready? I'm ready. Let's get it started. Yeah, yeah, I'm ready, ready. Let's get it, get it. I'm ready, ready. Let's go. Are you ready, ready? Let's get it started. Let's get it started. Let's get it, get it. Let's get it started. Let's get it started. Let's get it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Give me something new. Time to break it loose. Take it to another level. Now we on the move. Shout if you coming with me. Going over the limit. On your mark, keep it steady. So tell me, are you ready? I'm ready, ready. Let's get it, get it. I'm ready, ready. Are you ready, ready? Let's get it started.
Hey, good evening, everybody. We welcome you to another great Monday night of racing. It is the Trans Service Blizzard Series with the Next Gen Cup cars. And tonight, round number 7 is at the Michigan International Speedway. Of course, Monday night, winner, Blizzard, getting ready for their national tour that's getting ready to crank up here in, less than a month from now. I'm Wesley Outland. Good to be back here with you again. Joined alongside is John Mustian Jr. John, man, it's good to work with you again. Michigan is fun. It is exciting. You think of precision banking. You think of 2 and 3 wide as a given. And yes, even the possibility of the big one can occur with these cars here this afternoon.
I'm sorry, you said your name was Wesley? I mean, you sound
Yes.
vaguely familiar to me. It seems like it's been a while since I heard your voice. How you doing, Wesley? It's good to see you again, man. Good to be up in the booth with you here. And yeah, man, Michigan International Speedway is absolutely one of my favorite tracks, and you aren't joking. With this car combination, this package combination, seeing a big one is almost guaranteed, really. We're going to have a pretty big pack of cars today, I think. And these cars drive just like they do on Talladega at these big 2-mile tracks. So I expect a lot of drafting. I expect a lot of possible single file running for a little while. But I definitely expect at least one major accident.
And that's exactly what we just referred on, as this track is 2 miles in length. We're going to take a look now at the race 411, the information on the bottom left of the monitor. There it is. Qualifying, last chance qualifier if need be. And then we're going to go, of course, 200 miles, 80 laps the distance here for this race here this evening. And as your race information on the left, on the right is your weather conditions presented by LSRTV. 78 degrees, track temp at 101, because they're kind of racing in like iRacing simulation of June or July when they normally come up here. Wind speed at 2 miles per hour. Boy, oh boy, talk about track temps. We haven't seen that in a while here, John, but that's going to be very unusual. We're going to have to keep an eye on that for today's race.
Yeah, especially with this tire combination we got. But they do have a bigger tire contact patch on these cars, so unless we see about 120 to 125 degree track temperature, it won't get too greasy and slick. But yeah, you know, I bet the folks up in Michigan right now wish it was 78 degrees outside.
Hey, we sure do. Even in North Carolina, we had the remnants of a little winter storm yesterday, and luckily we got dodged by a lot of the heavy snow and ice, but there was a little freezing rain, a little snow, but the wind was more unbearable than anything else. Hurricane-type winds with 40, 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts, and, of course, now it's a nice day today, but 30 degrees, and I wish it was, again, 75, 80 degrees. But those warm days will be upon us again soon. So, hey, we're 2 minutes away to qualifying. Obviously, John, you've been on the helm for the last couple of weeks, man. How is this new next-gen car doing with the Trans-Service SIM500 Cup Series?
Man, it's about 50-50 throughout the pack, throughout the group, Wesley. Some of them love it, some of them hate it. And some of them are just taking the attitude of, this is a fun series to race, but I'll wait and see when they release the full new package in iRacing how I feel about it. I've talked to a bunch of guys that feel that way, actually. They understand that what they're racing right now is more than likely not going to be the same package they race come, next month in February when the series cranks up the regular Trans-Service Cup season.
About a minute left to go in practice as you see some of these drivers working their way around the Michigan International Speedway in the Irish Hills of the Finger Lakes region. These drivers will go at it here tonight. 80 laps around Michigan. I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but I promise you this is a big racetrack, 2 miles in length, and once they hook up with each other, pack racing is a certain. Precision banking will offer 2 and 3 wide, maybe 4 wide. And right now, you're already starting to see some cars break away and spin on the back straightaway from the pan-away camera. And we're about 30 seconds away for these drivers to put it on the racetrack and qualify for real. That'll allow us to step away when we come back qualifying for Michigan. We're back with more in a moment on LSRTV.
An automobile purchase shouldn't be hard. The hardest part for the consumer in the whole process should be selecting the vehicle. We have the online credit application. We can bring the car to you to see it, to test drive it, to deliver it. We have all the tools in place, and we've had them in place for a long time. I just think now we've perfected it. It's become part of our culture. We've, kind of taken it to the next level. It is easy, and it should be easy, and it should be fun, and it shouldn't take a whole lot of time.
Hey, it's Wesley Outland on the set of the Bull Ring on Speed 51 TV, but I also want to remind everybody that you can keep up with coverage of esports with the Northwest Cup and Truck Series, the American iRacing League, S&B Cup Series, and so much more on your home for sim racing, LSRTV. Of course, remember, you can watch it, and then you can listen to it on CRN, the community radio network at wearecrn.com. Check us out when you can.
This is our series,
So many different pieces that you have to watch out for.
where the stakes are always higher,
$300,000.
where virtual meets reality,
How bad do you want it? They're wasting no time getting at it.
where the best thrive and the flawless win. This is the eNASCAR Coca-Cola iRacing Series.
As a matter of fact, one of the guys that I had on finish line last Wednesday is going to be one of the new 40 drivers in the eNASCAR Coca-Cola Series, Caden Honeycutt out of Aledo, Texas. And, of course, it was announced that he's going to be running with the Cars Tour with Bobby McCarty, 3-time series champion. So it'll be fun to watch. Welcome back to coverage. Trans-Service Blizzard Cup Series. And here we go. We'll start it off with the Brights Boutique entry. Sean Brightsman, originally from Puyallup, Washington, now from Tucson, Arizona. And that Toyota Camry working his way across the start-finish line. And, John, we'll see what kind of lap he puts down. He's up first.
We should see somewhere in the neighborhood of high 38, low 39-second laps, Wesley, or a hot lap anyway. Somewhere in that neighborhood. Oh, no, I take that back. That's a draft speed, really. Probably going to see somewhere in the mid-40s, I guess, for qualifying speed. Sean's got a great line right there. I love how he's taking this first lap. Yeah, look at that, way down to the yellow line. That's going to be a really good lap right there.
We'll see what he does as he works his way off turn 4 through the tribal. Down to the Geico restart zone below the bottom of the apron, as you can do that here at Michigan. 40.397, 40.397 on lap number 1 for that Toyota as he'll set sail down to the bottom of the apron into turn number 1 and 2. Sean Breitzman now to the back straightaway, and we'll see what kind of a lap he can put down. One more lap remaining to try to see if he can get a decent starting spot here and not have to go through that B main. But right now, unofficially, Jose Gonzalez, Kevin DeBrown going to the top of the board. Sean Breitzman 15th. Lap number 2. John, will see where he ends up as he crosses the line.
Not much
Quicker.
faster. It's going to be a 40.42. I mean, we're seeing guys that are putting down almost a 40 flat. DeBrown and Gonzalez both had a 40.19 there, Wesley. That's going to be a hard lap to beat right there.
Yeah, Breitzman just turned a 43.97 where he turned a 44.20 the last go around, so 43.97. But here comes now Scott Smiley, 45.38. And the car that reminds me a lot of back in the day when Jeremy Mayfield drove the Mobil 1 number 12 car. But that's kind of what these cars will look like in the next gen when the NASCAR Cup Series cranks up in, what, less than 3 weeks from now at the Busch Light Clash at the Coliseum. And then it's on to Daytona for the 500.
What are your feelings, Wesley, on that Busch Clash race basically being on a Bowman grade type of racetrack?
You know, my take is this. As we see Smiley cross the line, 45.38, quicker on lap 2, 45.34. You know, they could have probably done it at Bowman Gray Stadium, honestly. That's probably what they could have done. I know that's why a lot of people are kind of frustrated with it, but I also think they're trying to reach a new demographic, and they're trying to do something in Los Angeles. Los Angeles Coliseum obviously has a whole lot more history and notoriety than Bowman Gray Stadium has. I'm sorry, I said it. I quote the truth, not trying to make anybody mad, but it is what it is. And then, of course, in addition to that, John, you've also got the Super Bowl coming the week before from Los Angeles, so hopefully that might attract some tourists and fans that are coming for the Super Bowl that might stay over to see what the Clash at the Coliseum is all about.
Yeah, you know, I read an article, I don't remember, I think it was on NASCAR.com, I'm not quite sure, but that seems to be kind of where NASCAR was thinking when they decided to do this race in LA like that. They're trying to draw in more fans, especially out in the California area.
Sure.
And, you know, I mean, it makes sense. I just don't know if that short track style is really appropriate, I guess is the word I'm looking for the Busch Clash. You know, we've always seen the Busch Clash at Daytona. So, I mean, I was thinking if you're trying to draw a bigger fan base, why not throw this race out there to California Speedway, you know, Auto Club Speedway? But, hey, it is what it is. We're going to find out in a couple of weeks here how it's going to work out for these guys and how good the race is going to be.
Well, John, qualified has concluded here at Michigan, and these drivers are going to get a quick couple of warm-up laps before they get ready for their feature. And, you know, to add on to that, and I don't know if you knew this, John, or not, but the decision was also made to you know, condense Auto Club Speedway. So Auto Club Speedway in the next couple of years is going to be like a half-mile racetrack. They're making it a small racetrack, and I think this is just kind of an idea of doing it for the fans in California to kind of have an idea of to say, hey, this is what Auto Club Speedway is going to look like when they totally reconfigure it, because they're going to go from a 2-mile track that's kind of a mimic version of this track at Michigan or Chicagoland, and they're going to make it a short track, half-mile, high-bank short track is the plan.
Yeah,
so, hey,
totally
people love short tracks, and we're going to see it.
You're absolutely right. I completely forgot that, man. Thanks for bringing that up again. And that was not a decision I was fond of, to be honest with you. I love Auto Club Speedway just like it is, you know? I mean, think about it. There's only 2 tracks in the nation that are like that. You've got Michigan and California, and they both actually drive much different, you know? So, yeah,
that's
whatever.
Right.
My name's not Mike Helton, so, you know, or Brian France.
We're Stephen Phelps now. Steve Phelps, my buddy at NASCAR, is the president. All right, 37 drivers are going to take to the grid, and they're ready to go on the pit lane. We're ready to give you the starting lineup here in just a moment. as they're going to go 200 miles, 80 laps around Michigan in this 3 races remaining for the Trans-Service Blizzard Winter Series for the SIM500 League. Team 126 Racing, starting lineup, and it goes like this. Kevin DeBrown is on the pole. To the outside, Jose Gonzalez in 26. Phil rolls off pit road. Row number 2 will find Mike Kelly and Bobby Wetzel. Row number 3 on the grid, we're going to find Mike Montesi and Randall Watkins, 21 and 27. Row 4, as they roll onto the racetrack, Anthony Cantaloni in the number 84, Bentley Glasser in the 18. And that's Calatoni, my apologies. Row number 5, the top 10, Joey Gattina, who created this madness. That's the SIM500 League. And Glenn Campbell, not the country singer, the top 10 and 44 there, John.
Glenn, the Rhinestone Cowboy Cowboy. I love that guy. 02, Shannon Wood. Row 6 is outside Chad Coleman. Doug Sigmund in the 04 in row 7. Richard Suddup in the 95 car is outside. Robert Frieri III in the 77 car on row 8. And Jimmy Coleman in the 4 car is outside. Inside of row 9 finds Matthew Karakofi, the 28, is outside. Donnie Leah in that Davey Allison throwback scheme in the 29 car. Finally on row 10, Tyler Hunter, who's 19 and 17 car, 70 car, and is outside Charlie Woods in the 40 car.
Moving on to the next row, it's going to be Anthony Monroe in the 82. Sean Breitzman, you heard he qualified in the back. He's in the 46. Row number 12, E.J. O'Rourke and Billy Stanley, the 41 and 6. Row 13 on back, Stoney Benfield in the 57. Scott Smiley in the 12. And in the back of the pack, Ron Holyfield, Daniel Falkelman. There's your starting lineup, along with David Comstock and Nelson Rivera, 30. Green flag goes in the air. We are underway. It is showtime for these drivers at Michigan. Also, drivers in the back of the pack include Jeff Ryan, Dwight Beverly, Nelson Rivera, Doug Roth, and Richard Sudeth did not start. We're underway, and DeBrown leads them off. Turn number 2 on the opening go there, John.
Great start by DeBrown right there. He was strong. He's been strong in and out every week. He's just had a lot of struggles with getting caught up in other people's accidents. There was a lot of drama last week between him and Montesi, the points leader at that time. Montesi's right there on his bumper, that Cookie Monster car, that famous Amos Cookies car. Now, this week's points leader, Talkingham, he's also last week's winner. He's starting in the back, so that should be interesting to watch him claw his way up to the front. And like we said earlier at the top of the show, you see it already, bump drafting, a.k.a. Talladega Daytona style right here, Wesley.
Yeah, we're going to keep an eye on that. As you see, the bump draft works up. DeBrown goes up the racetrack. Kelly will stay up to the bottom of the speedway. Montesi will now hook up under Brown, and he'll push him to the lead. Kelly will now fall back to 2, 3, 4 spots, back to 4th. Gattina now, where did he come from? He's up to 3rd in the 14 as they work across the stripe out of turn 4.
You keep your eye on Joey Gattina in that 14 car, man. Michigan is one of his best tracks. He's really, really good at this track in every car he's been in. The trucks, the ARCA cars, the old Cup cars, you name it. This is Joey's kind of racing right here. Another one to keep your eye on is Glenn Campbell in that 44 car. He's been out for a little while, Wesley, but he's back now, and I've got a pretty good resource that tells me he's going to be in there in the fight tonight.
So we watch Gattina, we watch Gonzalez, we watch also the 12. Moving up the racetrack of Kelly and Wetzel's now. And they come off of turn 4. Calatoni also in that mix. Wow, 3 wide, 2 rows deep. Somebody lift going to turn 1, John.
They're not going to do it, and Joey Gattina takes the lead all the way up from his top 10. I think it was 9th place starting spot for the lead. With the 14 car up front, he's got Gonzalez on his back door. Mike Kelly behind him, Bobby Wetzel, and Shannon Wood close out your top 5. And out of that top 5, Wesley, 4 of those guys are teammates.
Man, what a run for that driver of Joey Gattina, up 8 spots. He's in the lead. He started this race in 9th. He leads them through the field, through the start-finish line, out in front. Gonzalez right there with him. Kelly in 3rd. Wetzel and Wood, you're on board now with Gattina as Gonzalez is all over his back door, and that's Chevrolet as they go to turn 2.
Not trying to brag here, Wesley, but A lot of cars that I've painted in my lifetime have gone to victory circle multiple times. And guess what? I painted that 14 car, brother.
That's a nice looking car. And here comes now
Looking
Kelly in the Valvoline machine. Inside. Look at these cars battle. Oh, whoop, look at Brown. Brown's back in there peeking. Look at this, excuse me, coming through. Oh, yeah. Bump draft time. Gatina under attack into turn one, John. Wow.
This is a great race already, man. We've seen a lot of great bump drafting, which is not something you normally would see at Michigan, Wesley. But with this this next gen car, it's all about it, man. And I tell you what, this has been fun to watch so far. And I just want to give a shout out right there, Donnie Lee in that 29 car. He's moving his way up too. Donnie, as you know, Wesley, a real life racer as well.
That's right.
He's got a victory in the Craftsman Truck Series. Well, I guess it's the Gander Outdoor Series now, but and he's no stranger to victory lane. He's done it in the trucks, like we said, and in his modified car, that Mystic Missile up there in the North East Series.
The Mystic Missile is what they call him. Donnie Leah gets it done in the open wheel modified ranks, and he also does have a win in what is now known as the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. He won it when it was known as the Gander Outdoor Truck Series. Gonzalez, Brown, Gatina, Wetzel, Wood, top five. And look at these cars working. There's Donnie Leah. There's Watkins. Up in front of him is Campbell.
Oh.
Yeah, like our rhinestone cowboy in Michigan. He's up on the outside lane. He's coming after Wood and Kelly as they work off turn four. And look at this three-wide racing in the middle of the pack as they come across the start-finish line.
Oh, man. I tell you what, the 82 car, Monroe just drove that thing down to the inside. The problem with doing that, though, Wesley, is you scrub off a lot of speed as you apex on that turn. If you've noticed, the guys that are up front are all using that outside lane to their advantage. And it looks to me like that's the way it's going to be right now to keep your momentum up, is stay middle to high going through these turns.
Of course, you were talking about Donnie Leah, and he's in that 29 Haviland car up on the outside lane. Want to talk some other great credentials in addition to that? Man, he's the 2007 and 2009 NASCAR Willen National Modified Tour Champion. He's a Race of Tour winner. He's the one of Race of Champions in 2004, 5, 6, and 7. So the guy is truly a talented machine. The native out of Jericho, New York. He'll keep an eye on Leah because he's trying to show that he can also hang with these iRacing esports junkies as they send it off into turn number 3. Bobby Wetzel now the new leader. He sends the Dodge machine to the lead in turn 3.
9 of 80 laps down. I think we've already had at least 12 lead changes, Wesley. Man, I'm digging this race at Michigan tonight. Three wide again,
Working his
going
way
down to this turn. 4 line.
You remember he won in 2008 at Mansfield. And they remember they turned that track into a dirt track a couple of years ago, but he won the Ohio 250 at Mansfield Speedway. Yep. Wetzel is out in front. Kelly.
Oh, we got a left car.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We got cars going a lap down already. Roth goes a lap down in the 43 Petty colors of the STP machine.
I'm not sure if he had a problem early on or if he's just having problems now. I'm not sure what. Doug Roth is usually pretty good, especially here at Michigan. But look, he's scraping that wall up there. He must be having some technical issues.
We are 10 laps in, working lap 11. Wetzel is on in front. That's Bobby Wetzel. DeBrown in second. Coleman now to third. Kelly and Campbell top 5. Then it's Leah, Gonzalez, Calantoni, and Gatina along with O'Rourke in the top 10. Flip-flop those spots as here comes now Wood going to the top 10. O'Rourke will fall back. And so far, no harm, no foul. With all this bump drafting going on, there is some type of an ounce of respect in the early going here at Michigan, John, as they go to turn 1 with Brown leading.
Yeah, not just respect the ways. You got to remember, we've talked about a lot of these guys singularly, but this group as a whole, some of the best iRacing drivers you're going to find on the service, folks. A lot of them have championships of one sort or another, both in e-racing and in real life. So, yeah, I hate to say this, but as a normal driver, not a normal driver, but as a guy who's been driving iRacing for a while myself, I've seen other drivers who couldn't handle kind of racing we're watching right now. They get nervous, switch too much, and wind up causing a pileup in the bump traffic that we got going on. So a lot of it's due to the skill of these drivers. And I'm telling you what, I am really enjoying watching these guys go at it. Look at this, 3 wide, way up on the outside there. EJ Rourke in that 41. He's got some help by, I think that's Randall Watkins, 27 car behind him.
They're at speed down to the 3rd turn. Everybody still plays nice around the banking here at Michigan. Through turn 4. Look at them, 3 wide, little antsy, going below the apron. That's legal here at Michigan. You can do that. As Brown and Coleman hook up with one another, you see that bump draft is right now behind the back of Leah. There is a gaggle of traffic there with Campbell, Gonzalez, Wood, Watkins, O'Rourke, and Monroe going at it for position, flip-flopping inside and outside, bottom to the top to the middle. And they're going to go 3 wide again as they go to turn 3 again, John, in the corner.
Yeah, I'm watching Jatina with his backdoor bumper there, the 0-2 of Shannon Wood. They were drafting like you would at Talladega, man. A 2-car tandem, and they've made up a lot of ground right here. Up on the outside there, you've got that, actually, I can't tell who that is, man. Behind Gonzalez right there.
That's Watkins in 27.
Yeah, that is the Watkins, okay. Car number's different, that's what's throwing me off.
Remember John Boy and Billy? Remember John Boy and Billy? The big show in the morning? We got a caution.
Yeah.
Speaking of the big show, we got a caution. Caution is out. I think it's Smiley in 12 and a couple of other cars that are involved.
Oh.
Number 6 is caught up in it. Wow. And that is the number 6 machine of Billy Stanley. We'll check this out. Oh, my goodness. Look at, there's that bump draft. Nowhere to go.
Yeah, it looks like Frieri just
there was more wrecking up ahead.
Yeah. That's unfortunate. That was just a bump in the wrong part of the car in the wrong part of the turn, Wesley. That's really unfortunate, man. That's on lap 15, and these guys have 3 sets of tires, so I'm pretty sure we'll even see some pit stops here for tires and fuel.
Gotta wonder if there is another angle where past the 6 car, we heard the crash in the wabam and splat and, kapow, but, we seen what happened to the 6. He just got turned, and then all of a sudden it's a chain reaction of everyone else just simply getting on the binders to try to avoid. And I'll be honest with you, as cars decide whether they're going to come to the pit lane or not, with no fast repairs in this series, obviously we're going to lose some cars quickly here. Process of elimination, John. But I'm surprised we went 15 laps before a caution flag with the bump drafting that we saw. As here come the leaders coming down to the pit lane, and it's almost a whole cavalry of the whole crowd coming down to the pit lane to pit.
Yeah, I figured they would, man. 4 tires of fuel in Michigan is the way to go after 15 laps of hard racing that we've had. You called it a lot of bump drafting, but I'm going to be honest with you, I am not surprised. I'm just telling you, Wes, I've been driving with these guys for a little over 5 years, and their level of skill is amazing. And dedication. I mean, these guys practice. Some of them do. Lynn Campbell blew his pit stop entry. He slid through his pit stop there. There's that John Boy and Billy car. Randall Watkins. I want to give a shout out to Randall. He's dealing with some personal issues, has been for a while, some illness issues, and he's one of the strongest guys I know out there, man. And just a great guy to know. So we're thinking about you up here, Randall. Look at that, Kevin DeBrown's out already. But Wesley, it's done. See what this equates to on track with these guys.
Caution out. DeBrown comes onto the pit lane first. He'll exit first. As there you see Kevin DeBrown in that 93 machine leading the way. Looks like they're going to put Kevin DeBrown. Well, actually, they're going to have Chad Coleman out in front. Actually, Chad Coleman is the leader. Kevin DeBrown in second. I don't think Coleman pitted. I really don't think Coleman pitted, and that's what happened. So he might be pitting this time around. I don't know.
He did pit.
Yeah, he's got him as the leader.
Wow,
he did pit. Yes, he did. You think that's a good strategy,
Like,
John? 15, 16 laps in, just taking
No,
on
I
fuel,
don't.
not changing tires yet?
Well, let me rephrase that. I don't know enough about this car on this track, Wesley. I haven't done a race with the next gen car on this track. Now, if we're talking about the old Cup car, no, that's not a good idea. Michigan is rough on tires. After 15 laps, I would have wanted tires. But again, I'm not down there in the car. I haven't done any laps on this track with this car. So I guess we're going to find out, right? Looks like Donnie Leo was the first one to take 4 tires of fuel. So let's keep our eye on him and see how he claws up to this field.
All right, so the lights are off on the pace car. Kind of make your bed and lay in it, as they say, right?
That's right, yeah. That has always brought just an awful image to my head when I hear that saying, man. I'm not even gonna lie.
don't even go, John. Don't go there.
No. Let me clarify. When I was in boot camp in the Army, we had a guy that was just always leaving his rack unmade or not properly made. And the drill sergeant one night got tired of it and dumped all of the leftovers from chow, from the chow hall, into his bed while we were out in the field. And then when we got back to the barracks, he had to lay in that bed all night. So every time somebody says that, all I think of is that experience in boot camp, dude. And it's so crazy.
You make your bed, you lie in it, right? Literally, make your bed, you lie in it. Oh, the field to make their way back to the Geico restart zone, and we're about to send it back to green. See where the cards lie in this 80-lap event here for the Trans-Service Winter Blizzard Series Cup, as they are ready to fire off in the next month or so for the real national tour coming up in February. Back to green to Brown. Kelly, boy, he's mirror driving it, it looked like for a second. Bump drafting galore coming off the corner. O'Rourke under attack. Here comes Falkelman. Remember where Falkelman started, all the way shotgun on the field. He's now up to the top 5 as they move to 3, and O'Rourke looking to the lead on Brown in the corner.
I'll tell you what, if we could have gone back and just like put a cam inside of Falkingham's car and watched him come up to the field, we probably would have been heavily entertained. Donnie Lee is taking it 3 wide down through the front stretch right here, trying to get his way back up at the top. We saw it on the right after the pit stop there. He's the only one, or he's the first one in this group that took 4 tires of fuel. We'll keep our eyes on him. But look at this challenge up front now. O'Rourke down the inside of DeBrown.
Watching them work their way into the back. Wow, look at the 39 of Falkenham. Move to the outside, back to the inside, back to the outside again. It's lobster time in that 39 machine. He's coming after the Valvoline machine of Kelly. There's a little bump draft. There's a lot of bump draft. There's a lot of contact. Kelly goes up the racetrack. Falkingham will clear him, or will he not? They now go by O'Rourke, Coleman. Kelly falls back. Brown in the lead, but not for long. They're 3 wide as they go to turn 1.
Oh, wow. Man, look at this 4 wide now as Brown gets a little bit out of shape. And he's got Kelly stuck up there behind him. We're going to put Falkingham from the back to the front in 21 laps here, Wesley.
Falkenham shotgun on the field, and now he is in P1. From the outhouse to the penthouse, if you will. O'Rourke, Falkingham battles back down to second. There is a lot of bump drafting going on. I would not want to put my hands between them. Boy, oh boy, 3 wide. It looks like Daytona or Talladega on the final lap into turn 1, and they're not done yet.
Say what you want about this next-gen car, but you cannot deny the entertainment value we've got going on right now with these guys in this car on this track. Oh, we got a wreck up front. Donnie Leah is turned.
Leah goes around.
He's going to lock up the...
Donnie Leah goes around, collects another car. And that could have been a lot worse than it turned out to be. Only 2 cars involved. It was bound to happen, John Muschin, as they work to the back straightaway.
Look at this 3 wide. Doesn't usually work too well. In this instance, it did not. And he's going to get a little bit of contact right about here from the 02 car of Charles Wood. He takes with him Gonzalez in the 26 car all the way down the inside. Gonzalez. They both get out of that. They both go. Oh, but we got cars. More cars.
Oh, another wrecking. There's more wrecking going on.
Is that Jatina? I see Jatina Montezi. What happened there?
We'll watch it. Keep an eye on the 14. Joey Gattina from Alabama. Let's watch and see what happened to him. 14, Gattina. This is after what happened there. Watch the 14. Oh, he got turned into Kelly. Kelly got airborne. Wow.
Wow. That is a lot of damage on some great, fast race cars there, Wesley. And you said it before the last caution. We don't have fast repairs in this league. So these guys are going to have to spend some time on pit road to get these cars properly repaired, or as much as they can anyway, inside of the minute and 50 seconds they're going to have on pit road.
So disappointing for Joey Gattina. You know, we mentioned how good of a competitor he is at Michigan, and right now snake bitten here on lap number 23. Let's go ahead and give you the full field rundown while we're under the yellow flag right now. Daniel Falkingham, okay? He jumped up 28 spots, and he is the leader. Daniel Falkingham in the number 39. Chad Coleman is in second, up 10 spots. E.J. O'Rourke up 20 spots, is in third. Kevin DeBrown, the pole car, has fell back 4. Then you have Shannon Wood in 5th. Anthony Monroe is 6th. Anthony Calantoni is 7th. Jimmy Coleman is 8th. Charles Woods is 9th. And Bentley Glasser, currently your top 10 at Michigan. John.
While we're talking about numbers, top numbers and whatnot, let's give the top 5 in points real quick. We got Daniel Falkingham as your leader. He has about 26 points on Mike Montesi in second. Bentley Glazer in third, Kevin DeBrown fourth, and Robert Frieri the third is your 5th in points. He's jumped up a couple spots the last couple of weeks, looking to have a better race than he has lately. Mike Montesi, this is going to hurt his points championship run right here. This wreck is going to put him way back in the field with a heavily damaged race car, Wesley. And granted, this is just a 10-week series, but still, man, a win, a championship win is a championship win, and that's got to be disappointing for Mike.
And they are running for bragging rights as well as special perks, just like in the regular SIM500 league. And that cranks up here, man, in just a few weeks. I'll tell you what, you know, honestly, thinking about it, John, this is my first race with the Trans Service Blizzard Series of 2022. Obviously, we took off for the holiday and Christmas breaks, and of course, I had some other obligations. Thank you for you stepping up and filling in, and some other people also being a part of it. I think Samuel Dyer's been here, and Charles has been here. Some other guys have been able to join us, and I really do appreciate them being able to fill in my absence. But, man, I'm looking forward to bringing this with you, the championship to the finish, and then we move into the big series. And, man, I've enjoyed these cars. We were talking about it before the caution came out, and you were saying how much exciting these cars are, really not knowing the unknowns. Hey, listen, even the powers that be at NASCAR R&D have not even figured out what they're going to do with these next-gen cars. And by the way, the clock's ticking. They've got 3 weeks until the clash at the Coliseum, of course, and then the real tale is going to be decided at Daytona. So it's going to be interesting. I know they had some testing last week. They've tested at Charlotte. They've tested at Atlanta. Obviously, Atlanta's a whole new animal in itself there, John, because they repaved Atlanta Motor Speedway. First time in 22, 23 years they've repaved the entire track. So that's going to be a new level of excitement, not just for the next-gen Cup car, but for the Xfinity Series and for the Truck Series as well, as we are getting ready, my friend, to come back to green.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the first repave at Atlanta since they reconfigured it, correct?
That's right. Yeah, when the track was repaved in '99 and it was reconfigured, you're exactly right, to the dog leg that it is now, or the 1.5 mile dog leg. Green flag going back in the air. Here we go. Falkingham, Brown, Coleman pulling away. Most interesting restart we've seen in a while here, because normally they're bunched up tighter than the lid on a pickle jar. And right now, the top 3, top 4, top 5 starting to break away from the pack as they go to the backstretch going into turn 3.
Which is also something we sometimes see in play track racing. You'll get 4 or 5 guys working together on a restart to try and put a little cushion between themselves and the rest of the field. And that way, when they get out to a further lead, they'll start duking it out later on. Looking back on some of those cars that were involved in that big accident Looks like they're back on track. Wetzel, Montezi, Jatina, and Watkins, they're back on track. They're all multiple laps down. Sorry, 1 lap down. So Watkins is 3 laps down.
Back straight away, Falkingham now pulling away. Honestly, a different restart than the last go around. Maybe the race director or somebody's got on him and said, guys, hey, listen, let's be a little bit more conservative here. Let's be patient. Let's not tear your cars all up here immediately going into this race. And right now, they're kind of playing smart as they work their way back to the tri-oval. We are 1/4 of the way through about 7 laps ago, 13 laps to halfway this time by, and it is Falkingham with Brown all over him as they work it in turn number 1 and 2. They're going to go 2 by 2 for 4th on back.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe not the race director, but the guys themselves, maybe they all saw that big wreck take out so many great cars and thought, you know what? Maybe we should just, dial this back a little bit. As I say that, the Brown looked like he wanted to peek to the outside there and see if he got some help. O'Rourke does go high with Coleman. And here we go once again, some beating and banging on the 2-mile track here, Wesley.
That's right. We'll watch them as they work their way back across start finish. Right about now, here they go to 1. Falkingham Brown 1 and 2. They're single file. Meanwhile, they are about to go 2 by 2 for 3rd and 4th. O'Rourke now slithers his way. One car spins. Kelly down below. Number 12 going down below the racetrack. That is the Mobil 1 colors of Kelly, bouncing off the inside, safer wall barrier. Caution will come out. It's a single car spin, and we'll re-rack them and restack them as the Mobil 1 machine of number 12, Scott Smiley. And we're under caution again. Wow.
He probably ain't smiling right now. Oops.
I think I said it was Kelly, Scott Smiley going around. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Oh, no hitting the wall. That's good.
I'll tell you what, I've ridden with Scott Simley, and I know that he's got a short temper. And, I mean, I'm not saying that that was an intentional spin. That's not what I mean at all. It's just that, nobody likes to get spun, Wesley. You know what I'm saying? And Scott Simley is he's probably going to lock that back in the back of his head somewhere. When we go to the short tracks, we may see a little payback.
Fun times for sure. That's right.
Oh, it looks like Falkingham was either going to pit or he's playing mind games, one or the other.
I was about to say, do you pit or do you play possum?
Well, let's see. I mean, they've got 3 sets of tires for the race. These guys didn't take any, I don't think, the last 2 stops. So let's see what they do here. Nope, they stay out.
That's right. Don't pit. .30 laps in this time by, or working lap 30 this time by. It'll be 50 laps to go next time by. It'll be 40 at halfway, and we'll already have 100 miles completed. We talked about this race, even though it's, even though it's a 2-mile oval, this track is big. 40 laps knocks out 100 miles quickly. It doesn't seem like that, honestly, John. But that's how fast and how big this track is, and they're getting it around here.
Oh, yeah, they're clocking about 185, 190 going down into the turns in the draft. So, yeah, you're definitely moving the mail here. They're doing, fast laps of 38.7, 38.8, somewhere in that neighborhood. And so you're looking at almost 2 laps a minute right there, Wesley. So, yeah, they're definitely hauling the mail, man. I just can't get over Falkingham from the front to the back like that. This kid... it's like no matter what kind of a car you put him in, he leads. He leads and he wins.
And my question is this, John. Do you think he had a car that was set up for the race mode and not qualifying? So the qualifying is what was bad for him, but he knew, obviously, my car is going to come to the front when the green flag drops because we're setting it for the longer haul.
Hey, are you sitting down, Wesley? Are you sitting down?
I am.
This is a fixed setup league. So this kid, I don't know what he's figured out about this car, but he's running the exact same thing everybody else on track is. And yet You saw it with your own eyes. He just comes to the field like a man on fire.
We'll see what happens. The lights are off for the pace car. We'll set him up for the restart. I will say this, though, as we get ready to come back for the restart, DeBrown has been doing great. He's been hanging right there with them within a cat's whisker, and if there's one wrong slip that's made, he's going to capitalize on it.
Absolutely. Hey, producer Cody and Wesley, I am being messaged by a guy that was in this race and is now out of the race due to an accident by the name of Mike Kelly. He wants to know if he can step into the booth. Copy that.
Yeah, he'd have...
Well, Mike, if you're listening, buddy, unfortunately, we don't have a way to get you into VMix right now, which is how we do these broadcasts. We don't use TeamSpeak or Discord until the post-race, interviews or whatnot. But we'll keep you in mind, man. Maybe we'll get a chat with you later on, man. Sorry about your luck. Better luck next week, buddy.
Well, anyhow, we'll get ready for the restart. Pace car drops onto the pit lane. It'll be lap number 32 when they come back to the Geico restart zone. Green flag awaits Falkingham and DeBrown, Coleman, O'Rourke, and Monroe. Green flag as they work through the shade, through the start-finish line. Back up to speed in the sunlight down to turn 1. Falkingham stays to the inside. He'll pull away about a car length from DeBrown. Meanwhile, Coleman, O'Rourke, 2x2. Monroe Wood behind them, and they work again, almost 3 wide off of 2 again on the back straightaway.
So much for calming down and taking their time, huh, Wesley? We've got 2x2x2 bump drafting, Talladega style.
Yeah, that just went out the window, as you just said, as they go to the back stretch into the third turn. Falkingham, Brown up the racetrack. Here comes now an opportunity for Coleman. He's licking his chops. He's ready to pounce on him. Wood is there.
If Shannon Wood hadn't lifted
protects
right there,
the bottom.
that would have been bad.
Oh, yeah, look at Brown. DeBrown, outside lane, making it work, and the caution is
Caution's out.
DeBrown was in the lead when the yellow flag fell.
Come on, guys. We can do
Cars
this.
are in the wall. Sean Brightsman.
Is that Brightsman? Oh.
Sean Brightsman up in the fence. Brights Boutique, 2-time series champion in problems.
My VMix locked up on me. All I see is a digitized screen here. So I'm going to step away for a second and reset this thing, Wesley. I'll be back.
Sean Brightsman just eating the fence there as he's up against the wall. Comes back down the bank, and we'll take a look at it from another replay. Sean Brightsman, 2-time iRacing Northwest Cup Series champion. And just problems there for the 46. And man,
okay,
oh,
buddy,
man.
I'm back, and it looks like I'm looking at the track again. Yay!
Yay, he's back.
That was weird. It just went all pixelated, man.
It's all good. Somehow, some way, we'll bring you back to reality here. You didn't miss anything. Sean Brightsman hit the wall.
Yeah, I saw the back end of that. Oh, here we go. Kevin DeBrown waits till the last second. The absolute last second. And he's going to be the only one on pit road. That is a lonely, lonely feeling right there.
All by myself. That's what he's thinking right now. As DeBrown is the only car that has come down to the pit lane. I don't know, though. What do you think? We're closing in on halfway strategy? John, 4 tires and fuel?
It's possible.
On the pit lane by himself? He's going to be in the back, though.
Yeah, but you know what? Do I see Falkingham on pit road now, too? No. Who is that?
Car's in the back of the pack.
Okay, I couldn't see nothing but the back end of it. You know, that's a possibility, Wesley. I mean, we are halfway, like you said. Man, you know, starting in the back of the pack, man, that's just we've seen what's going on in the back of the pack tonight, and it doesn't seem like a place to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not a good place to be right now, for sure. You're exactly right.
Oh, it's the Mountain Dew car that I was seeing of Bentley Glazer. That emblem on the back of his car looks a lot like Falkingham's emblem from a distance. I love that color blue on that car.
I do, man. That's sharp looking. Well, there is Kevin DeBrown, and he is the man leading the way. Look at that beautiful number 93 machine out in front. Trans Service number 44 getting on past there, and I believe he's a lap down. I think that's Glenn Campbell.
He is Glenn the Rhinestone Racer Campbell. And he is not treating my paint job very nicely.
Oh, you done that car?
Yep, I did that one too.
That's sharp.
It was. Before
it was. Oh, he said
Look,
it
we got
was.
a Buffalo Wild Wings. We got a Buffalo Wild Wings car passing up the Hooters Wings car. Little competitive eating there.
Listen, all I know is that our producer Charles, he loves chicken wings, so it's all good.
Oh, does he? Well, Charlie, buddy,
Yeah,
I'm going to
matter.
get you down here and let you try out some Louisiana-made wings, man. You can keep your Wild Bill Buffalo, whatever the heck it's called, Buffalo Wild Wings. Keep your Hooters. I got a place that once you taste it, you'll actually move down to Louisiana.
It's
That's
that good, huh?
It looks like. Oh yeah. I mean, you don't start 3 wide on the track, do you? No. It's like Simley's a little confused at where he needs to be. They'll get it worked out, though. We're going back to green next time by, so he needs to get it worked out as quickly as he possibly can. You got the battle of the oils there, Valvoline versus Mobil 1.
Well, the field will get ready for the restart. We're a couple of laps away from halfway. It's not over yet. Field will come back to speed through the Geico restart zone as again DeBrown. Falkingham have done really, really good. Falkingham now the man up in front because DeBrown pitted. There you see that 93 car as the green flag goes back out. Falkingham now pulls away. O'Rourke and Coleman, 2 and 3. Monroe to the inside, looking for Coleman in third out of 2.
Got Coleman, E.J. O'Rourke. Oh, look at that block that Falkingham throws on O'Rourke. I can tell you right now, that's not something you want to do to E.J. O'Rourke more than one time. He got away with it that time, but it won't happen again, I promise you.
Man, that reminded me of the other night. Oh, my goodness. I was watching some video the other night, and they were showing where Tony Stewart and Kyle Busch wrecked each other at Daytona, and that looked so similar to that, where, you know, you blocked me once, and shame on me, blocked me twice, I'm putting you in the fence, and that's so close, and the caution's out again. O'Rourke to the lead. Caution is out. Just before halfway. The car was right below the entrance of the pit lane. We'll find it on the replay presented by Pulse Poppers. And here's your replay of what happened. Car in the grass. In the grass. Sean Brightsman. Oh, he's upside down. Sean Brightsman. Oh. And there's Gonzalez again.
Joey Jattina was in
and
there
is that
as well.
Jattina? Oh.
Yeah. And it looks like Joey's going to go ahead and retire. That's unfortunate. That really is, man.
Yeah, that's on.
These
Man,
guys
that's heartbreak
just,
there, as you mentioned. Yeah, man. Yeah, exactly. I heard that. I mean, holy cow. Just cannot seem to catch a break.
Everything all right, baby?
So, new leader is O'Rourke. But, John, it wasn't pretty to do it.
Well, it was not so much pretty, but it was awfully exciting. You know, like I said, I've raced EJ O'Rourke, and I made the mistake of blocking him once too many times. But that's a gamble you take. If you're gonna block, you have to know. And I think Tony Stewart said this: if you're gonna block, that's fine. But understand it comes with consequences. Sometimes that guy might lift, sometimes that guy might not. And EJ is not a lifter. I can tell you that right now.
Nobody up in the front coming to the pits. We're halfway, by the way, in this race. 40 down, 40 to go. Let's give you your full field rundown as we are under caution flag. We'll give you the entire 37-car field. EJ O'Rourke leads. Chad Coleman second. Daniel Falkenham is third. Anthony Monroe is fourth. Anthony Calantoni is in fifth. Charles Wood sixth. Tyler Hunter seventh. Matthew Karakoffi is eighth. Kevin DeBrown is ninth. And John, Tommy Ryan, your top 10 here in the halfway at Michigan.
Tommy Ryan, where did he come from? Looks like we got some retirees this time. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Richard Sudeth is 11th. Bobby Weitzel is 12th. Jimmy Coleman 13th. Stoney Benfield is 14th. Jose Gonzalez is 15th. Mike Montesi is 16th. Ron Holyfield is 17th. David Comstock is 18th. Shannon Wood 19th. And Robert Ferrari III is in your top 20. And John, you did mention some retirees. Who's out of the race now?
It looks like Chatina's going to drop out. Glenn Campbell, Randy Yoakum is out of the race so far. They could just be sitting in the pits getting repairs done, but Randy's been in the pits for 10 minutes. Joey's been in there for 3 minutes. Glenn's been in there for 2 minutes. So I don't know if they're just getting repairs done or they're going to try to get back out. But at this point in the race, they're probably going to go ahead and call it quits. We started this race with 36 cars on track. And right now we still got 27 cars, on the lead lap. If I seem a little distracted, you'll have to excuse me. Somebody just walked in with a fresh hot pizza.
Oh, there you go. So when you asked your honey, was everything okay? It's because the pizza got dropped off at the front door.
Yeah. And they didn't.
So everything is not okay. They're eating and you can't have it.
Exactly.
Oh, I love it.
I don't understand what went wrong here, man. I mean, we had a great first 20 laps of this race, and then just all of a sudden, these guys can't seem to go 5 laps without revving each other. Wesley, I'm getting kind of frustrated, to be honest with you. I'd like to see this thing go green the rest of the way.
It's the yellow flag cautions breed cautions effect. I can't believe it. We really had a really interesting start, and it went really well, and then 16, 17 laps into it, bam. Green caution, green caution, green caution. And we are seeing a lot more aggressive driving, man. I'm telling you, I'm surprised Falkenham's car ended up in the camper section of that fence right now after what he did to O'Rourke. Wow.
Like I said, he'll get away with it once, but he's going to get away with it twice. Here we go, buddy. Green flag is out.
Back underway. After halfway, might I add. O'Rourke pulls down in front of Coleman. Coleman pulls up in front of Falkenham, and also Calantoni up there in the mix. 4 cars.
Look at
Monroe, top 5.
They just 2-car tandem their way right on by him.
Sure did. And Coleman clearing by Falkenham. Up the outside, here comes Falkenham on the bottom. He's after Coleman. Look who's on the inside out of nowhere is O'Rourke on the bottom. Also, Hunter. Where did Hunter come from in the Valvoline car? He got a push from DeBrown, and they're coming to the top 5 and 1.
He's got a great driver behind him, and DeBrown knows how to draft, knows how to do it without wrecking him. And you watch these guys coming down the back. Oh, wow, look at that wiggle on the Brown right there on exit 2. He was way out of shape.
I was going to say a wiggle and a giggle and a jiggle and a bobble. And he holds on to it.
There ain't no giggling when they wiggle it.
No, sir. Wiggle it, wiggle it. You got to wiggle it, wiggle it. And they go to the inside. O'Rourke! After Falkenham, coming after Coleman. Here comes now Calantoni now in the mix. Wow. 3 wide. The Browns up on the outside.
Say his name.
Yes, sir. I think of Italian food. I think of pasta.
Right?
Back straight away, third turn into the corner. It's Coleman. Coleman, Falkenham. And Falkenham is there on the bottom. O'Rourke, look at this now brewing. Gonzalez back in the fight. So is Wetzel. He led earlier in the race tonight. Hunter, damaged and all. He's got a bump from Sudith to help him get to the front. And they're back at it again in turn 1, 3 wide in the corner.
Where did Rick Sudith come from? We haven't talked about him all night. And that Citgo 95 car, he's worked his way up into the top 10 now, fighting for, another big wiggle out of Sudith right there coming off of 2. It looks to me, Wesley, like the longer we go into this race, the looser these cars are getting off exit 2.
Man, you know what that car reminds me of right there? Sudith's car reminds me of Neil Bonnet when he drove the Citgo car. If you remember the wrap job on the 21 when he drove that car, one of the greats, the late Neil Bonnet. Brown, Coleman, Falkenham, O'Rourke, Calantoni up the speedway, back to 1 and 2. And by the way, we're after halfway. It's all for real now. Down those final 33 laps remaining when they come to the stripe.
Well, look at Tommy Ryan from the inside to the outside on exit 2 just jumps 3 spots right there to get up in front of E.J. O'Rourke. Now they're going to, wow, look at this down the inside.
Whoa.
He's fighting for the lead.
Inside, Coleman, Ryan, 99 in the middle. He'll go to the lead. Calantoni is there. 3 wide as they come to the tri-oval. Wow.
And
new
just
leader.
like that, look at the Brown. Holy smokes. Oh, my God. Did you see the move that he just made?
Yes, sir. Excuse me, coming through. And he made it work again. Wow, to the outside. He weaseled his way from the middle lane to the outside lane, and he ducks in behind Coleman. Falkenham is there as well. 1 car length back. Coleman slips to Brown to the inside. New leader in 93. And Falkenham is back.
I'll tell you what, Brown made some impressive and scary moves there, Wesley. Coming off of 4 to work his way up into the lead right there. Looks like Coleman's got thoughts of taking it back away from him. He's going to need help, but he's got it down the inside. The former Jose Gonzalez, who was spinning down the backstretch 10 laps ago.
What a move back straight away. They're getting antsy. They're inside and outside. Falkenham to Brown with help on the corner as they go to 1. And Brown will move up the racetrack, John. Look at that contact there as he's in the wall. Oh my goodness.
Lifted. He never lifted.
No, he didn't. He could have lifted, but he didn't.
I mean, most folks, when they feel a wall right there up in that door, they'll lift just so they don't wreck, you know? Didn't even get out of the gas. Wow.
Crazy.
He's mirror driving right now, Wesley.
And it's not done yet. Back into the corner into turn 3. Out of 4. Coleman is the man now in front. Falkenham to second, to Brown to third. And look at him 3 wide again coming across. Yep. Are they related, the Coleman family? Are they related?
Not at all.
38 and 54? They are not relations. I'll tell you what, we got another long green flag run here. It looks like it's settling up here, John. You might get your wish.
What are you saying that?
Stacked up one behind the other.
Move.
Coleman inside, outside Brown. Falkingham, where's he going to go? Clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right, and I won't go to the middle.
Oh, Calantoni
Gonzalez
is wearing
will, though.
out the back bumper.
Wow.
Ran right there.
Look, just look at how competitive these guys are, and the respect factor goes a long way as well, John, because they could have put each other in the fence already, and they're not doing that.
Not yet. Wait till about 5 laps.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
when friendship goes out the window, man. Yeah. O'Rourke's back up here. He's looking to get in this fight for the lead as well. He is pushing Calantoni all over the racetrack right now. Down on the inside, we've got Gonzalez. He had help from Simley. Simley, another one who was spinning down the backstretch earlier in this race. He's got on the inside. He's got help from, my goodness, I can't even see who that is. They're moving so fast. Is that Donnie Leah? It is Donnie Leah.
That's Donnie
Holy
Leah.
smokes.
He's back. Donnie Leah is back at the hut. Wow.
He says, hey, fellas, where y'all been? Did you miss me? Oh, we got a car blowing up.
below
It looks
the
like
apron.
Simley's car.
That's the 12. That's
It looked
Smiley.
like I saw a puff of smoke out of that car.
All right. Donnie Leah back in the battle. Look at that 29 car. Right up under the Brown. He's in the top 10, might I add. Well, well, well. Katie barred the door, ladies and gentlemen. Falkingham is the leader. Again, Coleman. Calantoni in third. Coleman, not related to Coleman in 38 and 54. In fourth, Ryan.
Oh! And Calantoni got wicked out of shape right there, but didn't lift.
Saves it. Falkingham. Look at them working their way inside. He's there on the outside lane. Calantoni. Looks like we got like 2 packs, if you will, now, John. We've got this pack. Oh, he turned him!
Oh!
Falkingham goes around!
Falkingham's going for a ride.
Oh, no.
Is everybody missing?
I think they did. Wow.
Wow. How did he not get hit by anybody? Oh, I see what happened there. Rourke
Coleman,
bump drafted
yes.
Coleman and sent Coleman in the back of the 39 car. Wow.
The
Not how
lobster
you wanna see
machine
the track
goes
right there.
around. My goodness. Man, oh man, caution is out. Watch this again as again. Oh, what a tough break. You saw it on the replay. That's a product of literally, here's the deal. It's not Coleman's fault. Not really
No.
a Rourke's fault. It's not a Rourke's fault. They're just literally just bump drafting off one another, and sadly,
But
the
look at the
air took out
damage.
Falkingham, and he got the short end of the stick.
And look at the damage on the front and the back of that 38 car, just from all of the bump drafting that's been going on.
Could this be the money stop
Let's
now,
turn that
John?
frown
They're all coming
upside
in.
Down. This would be the money stop. I mean, we're down to 25 to go right here. Some of these guys are probably going to throw on their last set of tires. I think Chad's going to want to get that front end damage fixed. We talked about this earlier in this series. These cars are notorious for overheating with just the slightest bit of nose damage. So we'll see how he does this right here. Great pit stop so far. I mean, he got in, didn't miss his marks, didn't slide, didn't stop at all. Takes those 4 tires, and yeah, he's going to get some of that nose damage fixed a little bit. It's wise to do that, Wesley, especially this close to the end of the race. And like I said, these cars are just notorious for overheating with the slightest bit of damage. But look who's up front. Somebody we thought wrecked out of this race earlier in the evening. Danny Leah in that Haviland Ford Mustang. Kind of a throwback tribute to Davey Allison there, man.
Donnie Leah back in the game with that Haviland number 29. And, of course, seeing if that strategy works for him right now. Donnie Leah, we're going to keep an eye on those drivers as he is the man out in front. Had some bad luck in the beginning, but the two-time NASCAR wheel and modified champion, a former NASCAR Truck Series winner at Mansfield, and the leader, Donnie Leah, out in front as we take one quick break and we bring you to the checkered flag next here on LSRTV with our coverage of the Trans-Service Blizzard Cup Series at Michigan.
An automobile purchase shouldn't be hard. The hardest part for the consumer in the whole process should be selecting the vehicle. We have the online credit application. We can bring the car to you to see it, to test drive it, to deliver it. We have all the tools in place, and we've had them in place for a long time. I just think now we've perfected it. It's become part of our culture. We've, kind of taken it to the next level. It is easy, and it should be easy, and it should be fun, and it shouldn't take a whole lot of time.
Hey, it's Wesley Outlet on the set of the Bull Ring on Speed 51 TV, but I also want to remind everybody that you can keep up with coverage of esports with the Northwest Cup and Truck Series, the American iRacing League, S&B Cup Series, and so much more on your home for sim racing, LSRTV. Of course, remember, you can watch it, and then you can listen to it on CRN, the community radio network at wearecrn.com. Check us out when you can.
This is our series,
So many different pieces that you have to watch out for.
where the stakes are always higher,
$300,000.
where virtual meets reality,
How bad do you want it? They're wasting no time getting at it.
where the best thrive and the flawless win. This is the eNASCAR Coca-Cola iRacing Series.
Lights off, pace cars in. They're in the Geico restart zone. Green flag going back in the air. 22 laps to go. Donnie Leah ready to send him the Mystic Missile back into orbit, down into turn number one. Ferrari the third, Glasser, Wood, Montesi. John, new drivers in the top five as we approach the final 20 circles.
But not really new. I mean, Blazers won. We knew who Donnie Lee is, but yeah. Ferrari the third's had some rough experiences tonight. It involved a couple of accidents, but here he is fighting with Leah for the lead. In the meantime, Glazer ducked it down the inside of him to try and give him a little run for his money. Now, Mike Montesi, I laughed when I saw this. He was up there in fifth on that last restart, all the way back to 15th, 16th now. He has no front end. I wonder if his pit crew told him that he was a little aerodynamically challenged at the moment.
Man, you got no more junk in your front.
I mean, there's no fender, nothing on there. Glazer up to second now. He got around Ferrari in that 77 car. Galantoni's up there in fourth. And we've got Comstock down to fifth now. Comstock, Dave Comstock.
Oh, we got a caution
from that Monster Energy car. Oh, man, another
caution is out. I think it's Coleman in 38 and maybe some more cars.
Tommy Ryan
Northern
there,
Power
99.
Tooling. Oh, no. Ryan's car. I think Coleman got caught up in it, though. The 38 of Coleman. We're going to keep an eye on this.
Oh,
look who's all around him.
Oh,
look at that.
Again, yeah. Oh, wow.
Wow. My.
Wow. I wonder if we have an overhead shot of that one. Do we, by any chance there, producer Cody? Okay, no worries, buddy. It looked a little bit like whoever got into the back of that car, I think it was Gonzalez, I couldn't tell, just drove it down in that turn, and the closure rate was probably a little faster than what he expected. That didn't look intentional at all. It looked like, just like I said, he caught up to that car a lot quicker than he expected to, and, well, we saw the results. When you get hit that hard going into the turn, you're going to spin.
John, anybody else going to pit now that didn't pit earlier? Or do you think it is what it is?
Yes, sir. Nope, I see 3, 4, maybe 5 guys ducking down pit road. Like, but that's guys in the
Yeah, a
back.
couple of cars.
Looks like our top guys stay out.
Yeah, it looks like Scott Smiley's in the 12, Tyler Hunter in the 70, Ron Holyfield in the 1, Sean Brightsman, who had a caution earlier, in the 46 on the pit lane. Kevin England is in. Joey Gatina is back on the pit lane as well. And we are under 20 laps to go at Michigan.
And I'm telling you, Donnie Leah likes to see that. Donnie Leah likes to see that 19 to go, 18. The more those laps count down while we're under caution, the less time he's going to worry about fighting off guys like Calantoni, Glazer, Fieri, DeBrown back there lurking in 6th place. We know DeBrown's fast. Falkingham's working his way back up, too, I do believe. Falkingham's in 9th place right now. So,
yeah,
you know,
climbing
Donnie
back.
does not mind seeing these laps counting down under caution. Where is Kevin DeBrown going? Is he looking for ice cream down there?
He might be driving the bottom of the apron to try to save fuel. Wonder if we would have thought about that. How about Glazer's car back up in the top 3? Ferrari's car. These are cars that were in the back of the pack earlier. John, you mentioned them, and now they're up in the front.
And they're probably very happy to see these laps ticking down into caution also. I think at this point, Donnie's got to hope that these guys, you know, Glazer, Comstock, all these guys behind him, understand that, you know, it's not so much getting by Donnie, it's keeping guys like DeBrown behind him. You know, they got DeBrown back there, Comstock, Falkingham, a guy who drove from dead last to first in about, what, 10 laps at the beginning of this race? So, yes, or 20 laps. So, you know, there's not so much the fight in front of them they got to worry about. I think it's going to be the fight behind them.
The lights are off on the pace car. Yes, sir. It's go time. It'll be 17 laps remaining when they come back to the Geico restart zone and get this race back underway here at Pure, Michigan. The Irish Hills of virtual country tonight. It has been an interesting race for at least 180 miles, and now we're ready to settle down the final 20 miles and 20 laps of this race and decide who's going to be the winner. And let's be honest, that's hashtag fake news because actually it's 160 miles they've ran so far. Yeah, 160 miles. So they got another 40 miles left to go.
All right. All right, Mr. Trump. Thank you, sir.
What? Don't get
I'll tell you what. Like him or love him, he was a very entertaining president. You know what I'm saying? Like him or hate him, he was a very entertaining president. But let's get off of politics. We're going back to green.
That's right. We don't mention that on the broadcast. We can't do that.
Yeah.
Here we go. Restart with 17 laps remaining. Glazer, Leah, spin the tires. We're back underway with 17 to go.
Great restart
Leah
by
gets
Leah, but
the
back
jump.
there in the pack, Falkingham was driving all through. I couldn't see who it was he was hitting, but somebody spun the tires back there. And I really thought Falkingham was going to turn him for a second. In the meantime, DeBrown is making his charge here, Wesley. You got to know he's coming, and he's coming with a passion. He's already up to 5th, and he's probably going to take 4th right here from Calantoni when he drives down the inside.
Watching him as they work in the turn 3 and 4. Ferrari now go on the inside instead of the outside. He's been hugging the top of the racetrack. Now he's on the bottom for the first time tonight. DeBrown behind him. Glazer to the lead. Leah back to 2nd. He'll battle back. 16 to go. Glazer pulls away in turn 1 on the bottom of the corner into corner 1.
I think there might be a little bit of an aerodynamic disadvantage with Donnie
Look
Leah's
at
car.
Falkingham.
Meantime, Calantoni's going down low pretty wide. He's going to try and squeak by. Leah back out to the front, going to the high side of 3 and 4. We talked about that in the round.
3 wide.
It's O'Rourke. Where did he come from? Holy smokes.
O'Rourke a little impatience on Calantoni. 15 to go. Whoa, look at him. Wow.
And just like that, Donnie Leah goes from first to fourth now. May even fall back a little further because he's got no help back there. He's got Coleman. And, oh, look at DeBrown getting wiggled and
Got a caution.
loose
We got a
there by that
caution.
hit. Oh, caution's out.
Man, oh man.
Oh,
Who is that? The
Shannon
0-2?
Wood, the 0-2.
That's Woods. Yep. How in the world? Let's watch this. Look at Woods. Look at this product of 4 wide. 4 wide racing. Someone left, and Woods got the short end. He goes around. Bobby Weitzel just missed him on the outside lane.
Yeah, there's a little contact between himself and that. I couldn't tell who that. There's 2 Monster Energy cars on track right now, and I really couldn't tell you which one that was.
So Bobby Wetzel was definitely the lucky guy in the Dodge number 9. Callan Tony is now the new leader in the 84 machine. But O'Rourke is coming, and he is not patient there, John. Man,
No,
we
he's
saw
not.
some bump drafting going on. Boy, oh boy, 41's trying to get to the front and in a hurry.
This is going to be a fantastic ending to this race, I think. Hey, Randall, the chat on the YouTube channel, buddy. Sorry about your bad luck, man. I hope you get to feeling better. That would be the Dingo Wallaby guy in our chat on YouTube there.
Yeah, chat's been kind of quiet tonight, man. That's people might just taking this in and enjoying the race. This has been a wild one for sure. Oh, sorry for your luck though, Randall. Dingo Wallaby.
Did Dingo eat your baby? I don't
Is
remember where
is
that came from.
Am I missing something here, John? What word?
That's an old. What was that? A skit? I can't remember if it was on Saturday Night Live or something. But this lady, this Australian, did a dingo eat your baby? Are you gonna be okay, love?
Okay, I'm scared now.
Watched. And
This had to have
read
been
and
before my
heard.
time, and I'm pushing 40 years old, so this had to have been before my time, John.
No, this was I want to say late mid '90s, maybe.
Okay.
But for like I said, from everything that I've seen and read, Australia is a scary, scary place to be in some areas, man.
Paul Crumrice says, "What race? You mean Caution Fest?" Well, that might be a little far-fetched, okay? It's had its share of caution flags, but we've had moments where we've had some good racing here, John. I mean, I have to dispute what Paul says.
We really have.
Seriously. I mean, we started the race with about a 17, 18-lap green flag run before the first caution, and then we literally just wrapped up almost a 10 or 12-lap stretch. Paul deleted his message.
Oh, no.
Okay. Somebody has been sent to the carpet square with the milk, pouting face, point against the wall.
Oh, I feel horrible now. So I Googled that we'll talk about this after the race. I got
What, the
gotta share
dingo
this.
wallaby or something?
Yeah, we'll talk about that after the race. This is definitely not appropriate. It's not appropriate race discussion.
Okay,
Hey,
well,
we're going
delete
back to
his
green.
name as well, Charles.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Oh, my goodness.
We're ready to come back for the
This is gonna
restart.
be a-
Man, this is
It's going to be a
under
very
12 to
important
go.
restart for Alan Tony because, I mean, he's definitely got a fast car and O'Rourke on the outside, but it's the guys behind him. Lazer's been astoundingly fast towards the last half of this race. So I've been saying this for the last 2 restarts, Wesley. These guys up front, it's not so much, who's out in front of them. It's who's behind them they're going to have to worry about. You still have DeBrown back there lurking. Where did Falkingham wind up? I think he's been working his way back up. He's still sitting in 9th right now. So, yeah, this is just going to be 3:12 to go. We go to green here. Hopefully we'll finish this out at green.
11 laps to go when they come back to the restart zone. And Calantoni pulls away. Here comes O'Rourke, though, right where he left off. Gonzalez after Glaser.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, bud.
Well, I was just saying, you don't want to get that kind of a jump at the plate tracks, because what happens is exactly what's happening now. You get 2 cars that'll gang up on you, draft up to you, and buy you. So far, it's worked out for him, but like we've seen it earlier in this race where a guy gets a really good race restart like that. If he gets 2 cars linked up behind him, look at the Brown down there with Falkingham. We were just talking about these 2 down the outside, and here they come, Wesley.
10 laps to go. Ready to settle the final 20 miles here tonight. Calantoni gets a little loose on a bump draft from O'Rourke. Glazer's there. DeBrown back up on the outside to the inside lane. And Leah is back up with Falkingham as well as they hit the back straightaway.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Look at Gonzalez all over Leah. Leah all over Falkingham and Glazer as they go to 3.
But O'Rourke to the front. He gets drafted by Calantoni with the help of DeBrown, but now DeBrown makes his move. A little bit of a love tap coming off of 4 there. He moves O'Rourke up the track, put DeBrown up the first, and it looks like Falkingham's going to come behind him in the second. But Calantoni gets up on the back bumper of VJ O'Rourke, and he's going to try and push him back up there, Wesley.
9 to go. Off of 2. And Brown back to the point. Falkingham now back to second. Remember, he had got turned earlier when O'Rourke and Coleman were battling for position on the bump draft to the back straightaway. O'Rourke is under Brown. Calantoni as Ferrari goes up the racetrack in 77. Saves it. The MGD colors of Ferrari the third. 9, 8 remaining. Falkingham leads. Look at this gaggle of traffic behind him back to 1.
And just like that, in 3 laps, Calantoni is all the way back to 8th place from the lead. Just got ganged up on right there. Still hasn't really found a dance partner to help him get his way back up to the front. We got that sit-go Mustang poking his nose back up in here. You got Gonzalez back there. But look at this. Calantoni is just dropping back, losing ground here. Coleman's back up in there. Looks like Coleman got some of his damage fixed right there. And he's on the back door of the other Coleman, Jimmy. Jimmy's pushing Glazer. I mean, man, this is going to be a great race with a finish. We're coming down to 7 to go right here, Wesley.
When do you break out of line and when do you hold your position? Falkingham, Lobster here in the Finger Lakes, leading in the Irish Hills of Michigan. DeBrown ready to pounce like a coiled cobra on his prey. O'Rourke is also ready to come after those 2 cars. The third, he's on the podium. Donnie Leah waiting patiently also. What a good run for him. Recovered from an accident earlier this race, and now he's back in the top 5 along with Glazer, who's been in the back. 6 to go when they come to the tri-oval.
Bump drafting like a madman right there. Kevin DeBrown all over the back bumper of Falkingham. There's not a whole lot of love lost between these 2. They've had their issues in the past, both in this series and other series here at SIM500. We'll see how this pans out. These 3, I should say now, Wesley, as E.J. O'Rourke pokes his nose up here inside this fight.
Back straightaway, 3rd turn. Here comes Brown. He is all after Falkingham. On the inside, on the outside. O'Rourke is up there. Leah now trying to hold off Glazer. Open hand from your flagman. 5 to go as they roar across the stripe. Down to turn 1. It's Falkingham to the corner.
Falkingham down about 1 lane up from the inside of that track. It's a great place for this car to be. You don't lose too much of your momentum, and you're still down low enough that you get a really good exit on 2 right here. Down the backstretch. Still, Wesley doesn't look like he doesn't want, well, I was going to say, nobody wants to make a move right here. Looks like O'Rourke thought about ducking down the inside, but he had no help from anybody. Meantime, back there, Glazer ducking down to the inside line. Up high now, Kevin DeBrown with O'Rourke on his back bumper.
4 to go. Look at this gaggle of traffic now. Falkenham slung out to dry on the inside like a draft at Talladega or Daytona. No one to run with him. And now he falls back.
Tony's like waving and saying, welcome to my world, buddy.
Exactly. Glazier now gives the assist to Calatoni with a bump to get him back going again. Brown, O'Rourke, Leah now to third. They're all single file. The train roars to the line with 3 to go at Michigan off turn 4.
3 to go, and look at this bumping we got Coleman, Jimmy Coleman that is. Trying to bump draft Donnie Leah up there to get past these two in front of him. Meantime, O'Rourke and Brown are both doing some mirror driving, Wesley, I imagine. Look at this Glazier. Falkingham darting down the inside of Coleman and Calatoni. They're going to make it 3 wide right here. And Falkingham gets out of shape again, but he saves it.
How in the world did he save it? He did. And now he's battling for the lead. Coming to the line. 2 laps remain. Rourke on the inside, Brown on the outside lane. Leah's there. He gives a punt to Brown to give him the assist to pull away from O'Rourke. The outside lane is where I think you got to be, John. If you're not, he's in trouble. Oh my goodness, Rourke and Glazier and Coleman about got together, going 3 wide to Gonzalez into turn 2.
3 wide, and look at the damage O'Rourke got on his back end from the front end of Glazier right there. Man, that was an impact. I don't know how they saved it right there. Back up front, Brown in first, Leah in second, Coleman and Calatoni right behind him. We're coming through 3 and 4 right here. It's going to be 1 to go, Wesley.
How did they not wreck? CRN 1 to go. Final time, Brown, Leah, and now Coleman. 3 cars to the lead. Inside, Leah looking, fighting.
3 wide.
Calatoni on the bottom. Final time out of 2 there, John.
Contact. The Brown up into the wall.
Wow. Back straightaway, someone's got to lift. It's O'Rourke. Aggressive driving and all. And now it's Calatoni. Here comes Coleman. 3 wide behind them. Working off turn 4. Calatoni protects the bottom. He hugs the bottom. And Tony's got to get turned. They're below the apron. Someone's there. It's Coleman. They're in the grass. They're spinning. It's going to be Calatoni to win. Calatoni's going to win it. Holy cow. Wow, what a finish. Wow.
Oh my goodness, what a final lap. Here's the replay, folks.
So timing and scoring on our live timing only does to the 100th. In iRacing, it was 0.0, wow, in the grass of all things as well. 0.0001. That's 1/1000th of a second if I'm correct there, right? Watch this, Calatoni, O'Rourke, and Coleman. John, you knew it was happening. Look at Coleman. He tries to turn Calatoni, and then they run each other up the road. Oh, wow.
Oh, my goodness.
I don't know what to think about that finish there, John. I mean, oh, my goodness.
Yeah, there's probably going to be some words after the race for that one. Oh,
Jimmy Coleman and E.J. O'Rourke. Watch this again. I will tell you the SIM500 League officials are looking at the finish here. John, fair, unfair? Unfair, fair? What do you think?
I plead the 5th, man. I don't know. You got to do what you got to do to win, man. Does that make sense? I don't agree with dirty running. I don't agree with dirty driving, but I understand the concept of doing what you have to do to get the W. So I'm just going to leave it at that.
Last lap, all bets are off. Below the apron. Remember, we said you can go below the apron. It's fair game, but is that too far below the apron, though? I mean, that literally almost put Jimmy Coleman, actually not almost, it did put Jimmy Coleman in the grass. But look at the results, 0.001 on timing and scoring from iRacing. Probably one of the closest, wildest finishes we've had here on LSRTV in the inception of the company. Anthony Calantoni has been declared the winner right now unofficially. Jimmy Coleman second, EJ O'Rourke is third, Bentley Glazer, Chad Coleman, Jose Gonzalez, Donnie Leah, Kevin DeBrown, Falkelman, and Benfield, the top 10. It all came unglued on that last couple of laps there, John.
Oh, it did, absolutely. You got Robert Freire the third at 11th, Doug Simmons 12th, Anthony Monroe 13th, Charles Woods 14th, Kevin England 15th, Bobby Wetzel 16th, Richard Sutter 95 car 17th, Ron Holyfield 18th, Mike Montesi, the Cookie Monster, bad day for him, 19th, and Scott Simley rounds out the top 20.
Tyler Hunter, David Comstock, Sean Brightsman, Jeff Ryan, Randy Yoakum, the top 25. Then it's Shannon Wood, Tommy Ryan, Matthew Kirkofe, as well as Dwight Beverly and Glenn Campbell, the top 30 here tonight.
Joey Jatina, Paul Cromery, Mike Kelly, Randall Watkins, Billy Stanley, and Doug Roth rounding out your field. Nelson Rivera didn't start. And I'll tell you what, Joey Jatina, what a heartbreak for him, Wesley. The guy led the early part of this race, looked really, really strong, and just got up, got caught up in some mess on the track there. The same Paul Cromery, Mike Kelly, these guys looked really great tonight. Just bad luck, and there's a lot of that with this race car. But I believe we're going to take a break, yes?
We are. We're going to have to check out with the SIM500 esports officials and obviously see how things are going to determine on the finish. It sounds like it's going to stand, so it will stand. And Anthony Calantoni, whether you like it or not, it's going to be the winner of this race. Post-race should be interesting. Top 3 on the way when we return from Michigan. What a wild finish. I say it again. I'll say it again. I've said it before, John Muschin. I'm loving these next-gen cars. They're fun to watch, and especially with these types of races down to the finish. Oh, Discord. Hey, welcome back to coverage of the SIM500 Esports League of the Trans Service Blizzard Cup Series. Boy, what a wild one here tonight at Michigan. I'm Wesley Outland. We've got John Muschin alongside, and it is time for the finish line post-race wrap-up. Don't forget about Finish Line. It's back season 4 every Wednesday afternoon now. That's right. It's not in the morning anymore. It's in the afternoon, 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 Central on Fox Sports Radio and, of course, affiliates across the Carolinas. And thanks to LSRTV Productions, also on video. And we're going to grab a word with our top three here after a wild race at Michigan. And we'll talk to third. Obviously, we'll talk to the winner here in just a moment. It is official that Anthony Calantoni is the winner. But E.J. O'Rourke, Mr. Bump Draft, crazy racing, man. I said with John when we came on the air here that these cars, especially here tonight at Michigan, is going to be the equivalent of like Daytona or Talladega with restrictor plates. Your take on it, bud? You're finished on the podium.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, it is absolutely wild, and people might not like this, but this is some of the funnest racing I've ever done, and it's just you got to be on your heels and you got to be watching your mirror every second because these runs are massive. I just got to apologize to Bentley Glazer for I chopped him there a couple laps ago. His run came out of nowhere.
Well, I'll tell you what, EJ. Hey, it's Mustian, man. How you doing, brother?
John Mustian, how we doing, buddy?
Hey, look, I need you to clarify something for me. Now, you and I have got a few years in our belts racing each other before I stepped off the track into the booth. And if I recall correctly, EJ O'Rourke is not somebody you block more than once.
That is correct.
Okay. So tonight, man, we saw you running up to the field multiple times. At what point, though, do you decide you're not lifting anymore? For EJ O'Rourke, not for anybody else, but from your point of view, at what point, especially with these next-gen cars, and you just touched on it, these massive runs you get, at what point do you decide it's just not, you're not going to lift anymore?
Yeah, the deal with Daniel and Chad Coleman, I just didn't really realize how close it was, and Kevin was pushing me too. We just kind of clapped all together, and that was that deal. But yeah, I mean, no one did anything really wrong this whole race. I thought the race was pretty clean and fair.
So you think the last lap was all fair down to the wire, O'Rourke?
Wow, that's a little just. I think this was Calantoni's first win, so I think he was just kind of just said, "I'm clear," and I don't know if clear, but I'm clear, and he took it.
Whatever it takes, right, man? Thank your sponsors, man. Hey, and in closing, in a segue while you thank your sponsors, what are you thinking of this next gen car? Do you feel like you're getting better and better with it week after week?
Well, I mean, yeah, it doesn't really take too much driver ability. It just takes more of a knack to feel the air, if you know what I mean, see the air. They're going to tell you this Papa's Hardware Best Steeler, Crash Claims, Gary Mercer Trucking, Personal Comfort, Chevy Camaro was fast, and just came up another 2 spots short again.
There you go, Mr. Bump Draft. E.J. O'Rourke will settle for the podium here in the number position. We'll talk to Jimmy Coleman. And he's the guy that got pushed down in the grass and way down in the infield. And, man, he tried to get a shot at Calantoni. And out of nowhere, man, good run for you there, especially down to the end. Was the strategy, Jimmy, to try to just be there at the end and try to make a run for the win? And what's your take of what happened between you and Calantoni for the win?
Oh, yeah, that's definitely the plan. I was kind of sitting back and just trying to be patient, and it worked out for me there in the end. And I seen the Calantoni and EJ coming out of 4, and I seen my gap, and I was going to take it regardless and tried to hold the bottom best I could. And I don't blame Anthony one bit for trying to go for the win. That's what we're here for. Just sucks that I couldn't get it. I feel like Daniel Hemrick sometimes. I ain't caught a win yet, but I'll catch one in this league here soon.
Well, no, your name's not Daniel Hemrick. We call you Jimmy. No, I'm not related to Chad Coleman. Jimmy, great race tonight, man. Second place run. You've been kind of on the verge of having some great finishes in this series these last few weeks. You finally put it together tonight. Talk to me, man. How did it feel once you came down to that white flag and you knew you had a shot at winning this race?
Man, it felt good. And that's the thing. I feel like I just can't get over that hump yet, but we got to keep trying. That's what we're here for. But car felt good. I really enjoyed the racing. Like I said, it's not as much of a driver's car. It's just you got to know what's going on. You got to be aware of the runs and just time it just right. But either way, I mean, that was an awesome race.
Jimmy, you sound like you don't have a lot of anger in your life, right? I mean, are you happy with the way the race finished?
No, but hell, it could be 10 times worse, couldn't it? So I just got to keep chugging. It is what it is. And like I said, I don't blame Anthony one bit. I was going to kind of push him up a little bit, but I was afraid if I pushed him up, he'd probably go in front of me, and I didn't want to let EJ win. Love his heart. So.
All right, man. Before I let you go, thank your sponsors. On to next week's race.
Yeah, I'd like to thank P-Raw Towing for always being on board with me. Thank SIM500 Mafia. Thank you guys. Love going back and watch the broadcast. Thank Trans Service. And just thank everybody in the league, man. This league is top notch. Enjoy coming out every night, and just appreciate everybody for coming out. Hope everybody enjoyed it.
All right, there's the thoughts of Jimmy Coleman. He will settle for the number 2 position. And we go to victory lane. A first-time winner, Anthony Calantoni. Welcome to Victory Circle. Your take of the race. Some people are happy. Some people are mad. You want to win. You got to do what you got to do to win. What's going through your mind this entire race and being there at the end and driving Coleman in the grass and trying to stay in the apron and trying to get that first checkered flag? Congratulations to you.
Thank you very much. It's very, very exciting. Actually, it's my second SIM500 win. It was 4 years ago, actually, since my last one. But
it's been a long time coming.
Yes, it has. So I just wanted to do whatever I could to try to get another one. I really didn't want to do the Jimmy. I like Jimmy. I respect Jimmy a lot. But gotta do what you gotta do to get the dub.
Got to do what you got to do, indeed. Look, Anthony, when you go back and watch the replay, you'll hear what I said. I'll say it again. I don't disagree or agree with the way you won. I just understand that mentality. Anything you need to do to get the win. And, brother, you did it. You came through with a fantastic run tonight. You were up there fighting all night, back and forth. You had some bad luck at one point in the race. But what Wesley and I have noticed with this amazing little car is as long as your damage is minimal, it doesn't matter how many times you spin out in this race, you can get back up to the front. So talk to me, man. At what point in tonight's run did you actually realize you had a great shot at a victory?
I guess it all started with last week at Texas. I figured it would be the same way. Ran good there. Just had a little hiccup with someone, or there was netcode last week that just ruined my finishing position. But basically, it was the same racing as last week. It was a little bit more intense this week, though. But just tried to stay up front, keep the track position, and just be there at the end.
Anthony, I got to ask this question since you said this is your second win in the SIM500 League. 4-year absence, return back to the winner's circle. Is this win more sweeter than the first one?
It's going to be hard to beat. The last one was done on my birthday weekend. But there's only 2 to rank, so I guess we'll say they're even right now.
All right, man. Well, congratulations to you. Before we let you go, thank your sponsors.
Well, as you see on the broadcast, there's no sponsors on the card, but I do want to thank you guys, LSRTV, for doing the broadcast, Trans Service for sponsoring the series, and all our other sponsors that help us come here each week and do what we love to do and support SIM500.
Well, there's the thoughts of Anthony Calantoni. He now celebrates 2 wins in the SIM500 Esports Racing League, and he gets back to victory lane after a 4-year absence. Finish line post-race wrap-up show. Remember, finish line is Wednesday, 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 Central. Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do is, John, your final take on everything, bud. I know we had a crazy race here. Some people said that it was a snooze fest, wreck fest. I saw good things, and I think this next-gen car is just getting bigger and better and better, and I'm loving the racing, and I love that at any given moment down the stretch, we really don't know who's going to be the driver to win the race. There's been so many races that I've been a part of so far where literally the guy that you think's going to win, it's not the guy that crosses the line first. Tonight at Michigan was just the same example of that.
I'm right on board with you right there. I'm on board with what EJ said earlier also. I love how I put it. It's one of the funnest cars in service, and it's just going to keep getting better. I have really not got any complaints about this car. I've driven it. I've raced it. I've watched a lot of it. I love it. I really do, and I'm looking very much forward to when iRacing releases. I wouldn't say the final version of it, but the next version that we're going to get for this new season. And, I really look forward to watching these guys do what they do in it.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very, very fun. And, of course, you will follow all the action along the way on your sim racing on LSRTV, as we are excited for the SIM500 Esports League to not only have the Trans-Service Blizzard Cup Series winter heat, but also we've got the official championship series when they fire up coming up here in just about less than a month from now. It is going to be fun. John and I are going to be there with you along the way. It is exciting. All the cool things that are going on with LSR TV. We want you to be a part of it. Check it out at livesimracing.com. If you want to be a sponsor, if you want to jump on board and be a part of the racing leagues, get on board now, because we are about to crank up for a big 2022. I know Nazareth's back. I talked to Michael McKinnon the other day. I know they're excited about Nazareth coming back to LSR TV. The Truck Series returns back this Friday night. Man, there's so much cool stuff going on. So check it out at livesimracing.com. And John, it's always fun working with you, buddy. Your final thoughts as we wrap it up at Michigan.
Wesley, I love being up in the booth with you, man. I love these races. My final thoughts are this. One hell of a race tonight, one hell of a season so far, and I think it's going to be one hell of a finish to the season, folks.
And the penultimate race of the season is next week, and then it's on to the final race as well, as the final upon us with now 2 races to go. So for Rocket Media and LSR TV Productions, for Jeff Stabnow and Charles